Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight we are taking a look at a movie by one of our favorite directors, Steven Spielberg. We're checking out 2018's Ready Player One. Now, I don't know much about this one other than there's going to be like a ton of cameos in it, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see what it's about.
I have fortunately seen it. I loved it. Can't wait to watch you guys watch it, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to try and find as many Easter eggs as I can.
I literally, until you announced Steven, you caught my face. Wait, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I've seen, I remember seeing previews for it, and it's like basically I know it's like some virtual reality game, and there's some prize that I remember from trailers and stuff like that, but I totally didn't know it was made by Spielberg, which, you know, when I see the trailer, it's like, okay,
Based on a novel.
Not really up my alley quite so much, but I've said
you'll
that,
be surprised.
I have said that a lot of times. Hey, because so as I've also said a lot of times, you guys are batting 1,000 for movie recommendations. Pride and Prejudice, but you know, I'm pretty excited.
Still better than Twilight.
Anyways,
First one.
lead a minute.
So, are you ready, player one? Because we are, so let's go!
All
right.
Van Halen.
Sold right from the jump. Are you kidding me? It says 80s rock.
It doesn't even say Van Halen.
Wow, 2045. We're getting ready for the Arnold's Classic.
Nope.
Oh, hey, wow. Oh, no.
I'm so torn because it looks awful, but the music is great.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
born in 2027, after the bandwidth riots. After
Bandwidth
people
riots.
stopped trying to fix problems and just tried to outlive them. My parents, they didn't make it through those times. I live here in Columbus, Ohio with my Aunt Alice. It's where Halliday and Morrow started gregarious games. Everyone's looking for a way to escape. And that's why he was such a hero to us. He showed us that we could go somewhere without going anywhere at all. You don't need a destination when you're running on an omnidirectional treadmill. James Halliday saw the future. He gave us a place to go. A place called the Oasis.
All right, so if the real world sucks, you can come hang out here.
This
Minecraft.
is the Oasis.
Hurricane hang glider.
You can do anything. Like the Vacation Planet. Surf a 50-foot monster wave in Hawaii. You can climb Mount Everest with Batman.
With Batman.
It's a casino the size of a planet. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do, but they stay because of all the things they can be. Tall, beautiful, scary, live action, cartoon.
Robocop. I just watched that
Marvin
the
the
other day.
Martian.
Okay, now I'm looking for. Is that?
That's my avatar. At least until I feel like changing. Locate H.
H located.
Planet Doom. The most dangerous place in the Oasis. It's a pretty great place to pick up a coin. Figures H would be there. Even though I've never actually met him in the real world.
Duke
Nukem, Duke
yeah.
Nukem, yeah.
The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday. He and his partner Ogden Morrow released the first Oasis build in 2025.
Simon Pegg. I didn't see him at
I was gonna
first.
say.
Gotcha.
On January 7th, 2040, he died. And what he left behind changed everything.
Star Trek.
I've hidden somewhere inside the Oasis will inherit my stock, various games valued in excess of $500 billion, in the form of my avatar, Amarak the All-Knowing, revealing 3 hidden keys to 3 magic gates, hidden in a dark room that's at the center of a maze, somewhere up here.
That's a good way to get people to play your game. Joan Jett.
Little Joan Jett. They're hitting us pretty hard with some classics.
The head of IOI, this dickweed named Nolan Sorrento.
When was the last time you heard that
Yeah,
insult?
no shit.
A lot of 80s throwbacks.
Yeah.
So
How'd you get here
basically,
before me?
Well, I didn't make
Bigfoot.
this up at the hair salon.
Bigfoot.
First to the egg.
this seems sketchy that there's some prize out there to win, and you have individuals.
Sixer already got spun out by the A-team van.
See the
You have
Batmobile?
individuals trying to win it, but then you have a corporation who just wants more money.
Yeah.
That was Christine right there.
Yeah, the Tron bike.
I think it's Artemis.
Be Artemis?
I've seen all her walkthroughs, her Twitch streams. It's her. It's definitely her.
Oh, we got Jurassic
T-Rex.
Park.
A lot of throwbacks. Even the same lot of Spielberg throwbacks here. King Kong. Okay. I gotta be honest, for like the first 10 minutes of this movie, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit, look at this. What? Is that, did you see the lights on the front? It looked like Knight Rider.
She's not gonna make it.
Oh, she's going to be mad. Well, she wouldn't have made it.
Oh, Kong played a trick.
Yep. He's baiting him.
Oh, H. Well, he's my friend, but he could fix it for you.
Ah,
This
Pee-wee's
is my
bike.
workshop. Touch nothing.
The old Pee Wee Herman bike. Now, you know, this is going to be like where you're watching like everything but what's going on.
Yeah,
The
the
Easter eggs.
Is that
I'm
Vin Diesel's
building.
Iron
Nope.
Giant?
Is that what I was going to say, the Iron Giant.
James Halliday's favorite first-person shooter. What?
Oh, GoldenEye.
Playing
Screw that.
Screw that game.
There you go. Good as new.
Thanks for the fix-up, my man.
When I'm after gold on Planet Doom, I need every edge I can get.
Every push, punch, gunshot, you feel it all.
It's totally like an 80s commercial.
Oh, okay. So instead of just wearing glasses, that's like full suit or something.
It's the glasses, but like, see what he was wearing was just one little chest thing.
Yeah.
If I catch you touching my stuff again, not joking, out.
Boy, everybody's just obsessed with this game. I mean, I get it. You're living where you are, and it's your only way.
Look at the Doritos
Wait,
bag
what?
behind him. It's old school Doritos.
He told us to look in his brain. This was the next best thing. At first, it was jammed with Gunters looking for answers. Now the once crowded halls of Halliday's memories are left to people like me.
Each entry into Halliday's journals is meticulously assembled from personal photographs, home video recordings, surveillance, and nanny cams.
And it's up to you to set the limits. You have to make some rule.
I don't want to make any more rules. Why can't we go backwards? Backwards. Really fast. Fast as we can.
Go back! 10 seconds!
You got to race the race backwards?
Hey, you can't really look out the back
No.
window, can you?
It's like he's in a Lambo. All right. Look at that. Yeah, nobody can get to him.
This shit is wild. I mean, like, wild. No, I'm pissed I did. Like, I'm 20 minutes in. Like, God, I wish I would have seen this in the theater.
Oh, that would have been epic. Look at that. As simple as that. Totally nailed it.
Nice work, kid. Nobody's ever
Look at
finished
the
the race.
Get yourself a clue.
Nice.
Yeah, he has a key, but you have to get 3 of them to win the contest. We call this Pure O2. First of our planned upgrades, once we can roll back some of Halliday's ad restrictions, we estimate we can sell
Oh,
yeah, look at
ads.
of an individual's visual field before inducing seizures.
Oh, so there's no ads in the way Halliday's.
Yeah.
X1 haptic bootsuit.
Slow down, man. Take your time. He's just going through grabbing everything.
Wait, he got one in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he bought that on there. It said real world pickup.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like an avatar, kind of.
Almost a little Darth Vader chin on that guy.
To be honest, I have kind of a neck thing. It's like a carpal tunnel.
Is this our guy?
TJ Miller. He's been in everything we do lately.
I have another job for you. Parzival, you want him off the scoreboard.
Can you do that?
He's a superstar. He made it through the first gate. Avatars are going to be on him like hose on Santa.
I rock. How much more do you want?
That's what I like about you, Nolan. You never lick. You bite straight to the chocolatey center of the... 3 times my normal fee.
Done.
Wait, really? I should have asked for 5. Is 4 still on the table?
There's 5 of us on the big board now. Artemis was next. I gave H a tip.
They each
made
get
him
a
promise
key.
not to say anything, and then he won next. I'm pretty sure he bragged to our pal Daito, and of course, Daito told his best friend Sho.
Creator who hates his own creation. A hidden key, a leap not taken. Retrace your steps, escape your past.
A creator who hates his own creation. A hidden key, a leap not taken. Retrace your steps, escape your past, and the key of Jade will be yours at last.
Oasis coin.
The next dollar. Bigger than Jobs.
Jeez. That's awesome.
That is not funny.
I thought it was funny.
Any more blood?
This is right before the Oasis went live.
6 days prior, December 2nd, 2025.
Check this out.
Okay, so your inventory bursts out. He didn't want to have like people like blood. They said.
Yeah, wasn't that a day in Back to the
Sorrento
Future?
started as an intern. He claims he learned at the feet of the master.
It's 2021.
You know, depending on what they paid. Highest one maybe being water, because Oasis, right?
Hell of a latte.
Can you fast forward to the stuff about Halliday's day?
Just stonewalls them.
He didn't like the idea of people having to pay different levels.
I invited her over.
Did you at least get her name?
Kira, I told you, like the character in the Dark Crystal.
That's her gamer tag.
Okay, Karen Underwood.
As in Ogden Morrow's wife?
Just watch.
Oh, I get it.
She wanted to go dancing. So we watched a movie.
And the fact that she died, the name Kira is only mentioned once.
It makes no sense. She was an important part of both their lives.
I'll bet you anything. All my coin.
Search Karen Underwood Morrow.
Halliday purposely removed every mention of her except for this one.
You're right. I lose. No, a bet is a bet.
Did he just...
A quarter. You can keep it.
No, you can keep it.
It's a clue.
The dance club.
Meet me there. 10 p.m. There's something I want to show you.
God, this all feels like so weird to me. It's like
And I was starting to like her.
You're going on dates in a virtual world, but they still live in the real world.
Yeah.
And there's still a goal to have like houses and nice things in the real world, but...
Yeah, the game is just taking over.
No. If you consider
Prince.
Artemis could be using you.
Hey, dude.
Prince.
Was that a picture of Wil Wheaton?
Yeah.
Michael
Mad
Jackson.
Mad Max.
Artemis gets me. She'll get my outfit. There's just this connection. I mean, sometimes...
Finish each other's sentences?
Yeah.
We have that. Me and you.
I'm a little sketchy of this girl
Yeah,
too.
because she's all of
earlier
a sudden like his best buddy, you know?
Yeah.
She could actually be a 300-pound dude who lives in his mama's basement in suburban Detroit. And her name is Chuck.
Oh.
Or it could work for that company.
Brutal. Yeah, you never know who somebody is online. That's a very good point. And I mean,
oh, look at that. You got to take a spaceship out there.
Aren't some of the things that this talks about, didn't this kind of predict some of the things that happened in the metaverse that we saw? Like some of the things? I don't know too much about it. But.
Deadpool, wasn't it?
It was either that or Sub-Zero. Scorpion.
I don't know. What do you think, Oak? I'm kind of skeptical.
I mean, she could be a real person. She could, who knows? That's the thing about something like this is you don't know who anybody is. Anybody can be anybody. That's the beauty of it, and that's the danger of it.
So Halliday built it for her.
But they never made it past the first date. So Halliday's the creator.
Who hates his own creation.
And the club is the thing he hates.
And a hidden key, a leap not taken.
Whoa.
I don't think this is it. No scoreboard, no obstacles.
Maybe a dance challenge?
Look at that suit. You believe they had clubs where the floor actually lit up right under you.
Back in the day, yep.
Actually,
some of them still do.
The image over at Sabre Lane still has a light up floor. I don't think it's worked in a few years, but it's still there.
Leather gloves and full visor or full body?
Oh, snap.
Can you feel this?
boy.
Getting awfully handsy there.
The X1 haptic boot suit, the microfiber crotch inlay.
Why do you have to tell her about the crotch inlay, of course? Whoa.
It would just lay over your stuff. So it would only work to a limited extent.
This is true.
If that makes sense.
I don't know if I trust her, though.
What? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. We've never met.
I do know you, Artie. I'm in love with you.
Dude. You're gonna blow it.
It's an ambush.
What, you can just go after people in dance clubs? The clubs don't have rules?
Yeah.
Matt! See? Your order's running low.
I just bought this.
Back to the Future.
Zemeckis cube. Turns everything back time 60 seconds.
You were amazing.
Oh, the old sternum kick.
I'm doing this to stop IOI. I'm talking about real-world consequences. My dad died in a loyalty center. He borrowed gear. He built up debt. He moved in with a promise of working it out, but he never did.
Oh, that old trick.
Oh.
Then he got sick and he couldn't afford to get out, and then he died.
I'm so sorry.
You don't live in the real world, Z, and I can't afford to let you distract me.
Okay, so
Okay,
she's
very solid point.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay, that... I'm not going to say that twist. This is part of the plot, but it's a twist for me that she's...
legit.
He's like, this is his escape.
The real-world identity of Parzival is Wade Watts.
It didn't seem like Wade was taking this as serious as he should.
No, I think it was just an escape for him.
Yep. Yep, making him the offer.
Where am I?
IOI Plaza, you're a hologram in the real world. Anything you need to help you find that egg, and then there's the salary. And if you do happen to find that Easter egg, there's a bonus, $25 million.
It is a lot of money. I could really use it.
25 million versus a $500 billion?
First thing that I would do is convert all the schools on Ludus to replicas from Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller.
No way. That's a great idea. Which school? Ridgemont or Faber?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, not John Hughes.
I thought so.
You know what? Just seems like he wouldn't want you winning. A fanboy knows a hater, and I know you've got a whole department of oologists in your ear.
Oh. I know who you are. Wade Owen Watts. I also know where you are. Unit 56K, Columbus Stat. You really think that anyone's gonna give a damn about an explosion in some ghetto trash?
Call Alice.
Oh, there it goes.
Following him. Or are they following him, or are those...
I think those are going to make it go boom.
This boot suit's pretty awesome. Thanks for that.
Rick! Rick, the place is gonna blow! Put Alice on!
Let me talk to him.
Oh, he stole his suit?
Yep.
Oh, Stack's going to go.
And now you've taken everything from him, so he's going to be really pissed.
Okay, here's my question, though. Now he needs another suit, but that one dude can track it if he buys it in real life.
Yep.
No, remember, he was wearing his suit when he was on the trailer. He just bought another suit for them.
Oh, okay. Thanks,
Contact
answer.
H, Daito, Sho, and Artemis. IOI came for me in the real world. They gotta be coming after you, so wherever you are.
Oh, has he got a chloroform rag over his mouth? Wait, what?
Sorry about the blindfold.
Oh, that's Artemis. Gotta be.
Artemis?
Holy shit.
My real name is Samantha, but yeah. I'm Artemis.
See, guys, not a 300-pound guy.
Living in Detroit.
That was what his buddy thought.
It's all the same in the Oasis.
He just always went to the Oasis.
I'm not disappointed.
I've lived with it my whole life. You don't have to pretend.
Ooh.
The birthmark?
Yeah.
See, this... Well, I'll get into Oak's lessons after the movie. Don't ever let that bother you. I know that's easy to say, but yeah, that's
Birthmark. So what?
okay. He just did it for me.
The wind, the people, everything.
Oh, the head tilt, the lean in.
Oh,
You forget what it's like to be outside.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Really, already?
Oh, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh shit!
Interrupted.
I just figured it out.
Does it sound like a Back to the
Second
Future?
clue, I know what
to
it
you?
means. Halliday was madly in love with her. He had a chance with Kira. He had a chance to kiss her.
He didn't take the leap.
So that's where we go next.
At the movies. Hey, curator.
We figured out the second clue. The challenge is here.
Halliday kept track of every movie he ever watched, the week and the year he watched it, and how many times.
They don't clan up. This looks like a clan.
That's the week you went on the date with Kira.
So what do you guys think he watched here?
Oh, what would you watch on a first date?
A creator who hates his own creation.
Can we get a Swayze movie in here?
The Shining?
The Shining?
It's Halliday's 11th favorite horror film, and it's based on the best-selling book by Stephen King, who hated the movie.
Hey, no side chit chat.
I think we found it.
Stephen King hated the movie?
Well, Stanley Kubrick directed it, and Stephen King didn't like it. Yeah.
I mean, Stephen King did such a great job with Maximum Overdrive.
The only one he ever directed. Oh, look at that.
That's cool. Oh, the music.
Would you take a date to see The Shining?
It was just a movie he watched that week.
Yeah.
It wasn't the date.
Yeah, it wasn't the date.
Oh, look at that.
It's just like the movie.
I went on a date to one of the Saw movies once. One of the
Smart.
biggest.
Just like I went to the original Hulk with a date.
Oh, which is
Ed
worse, the original Hulk or Saw.
Keys to the snowcat. And the keys that get Jack.
There's the ball.
Yeah.
Hello, Danny. Come play with us.
Oh, girls. Y'all know how to get out of here? Wait.
No. Oh, here it comes.
It's slow motion. Much less scary in this version.
Yeah, you were kind of expecting it. A little bit of comic relief.
Oh, there he is. Took Nicholson's place. A little bit of symbology there.
Okay. All right. Am I being punked? Because you're liking people way too much. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with it.
The freezer.
Kira is the key. You're the one who said it.
Hey, yo. I saw a picture of Kira.
The ballroom.
Hey, look at that.
Yep. It's not how I remember it, but
yeah, it's a different adaptation.
Do you know how long I've been waiting for you to ask?
boom.
Oh, was the minute up?
Oh, key number 2.
So you found my jade key. Imagine that.
Thank you. Kira was a very beautiful.
Go on.
Huh. Wasn't as talkative that time.
No.
One of our zoologists saw them enter the media library. She cracked the clue. Now we just have to win the Shining challenge.
Freeze. This guy. The one with the lame tattoo. Run him through our database. Every IOI drone in Columbus. Find him.
Didn't he have his head covered up earlier?
Yeah, he must have slipped up.
You understand, Halliday?
You know him better than anyone. It's exactly why I think you'll win.
Really? You really think I'm gonna win?
Oh.
Never trust someone you meet in the Oasis.
He might be a 300-pound dude named Chuck.
His mama's basement in suburban Detroit. H? Hell, my dad called me H. Kind of stuck. Well, first, I have to know exactly how much about Sorrento's rig do you remember?
Kind of everything.
Yeah, he was in there in the hologram.
Yep, and he saw the password.
Oh, loyalty pods.
But, here's the thing. Those people are never going to play as hard as somebody who wants to and loves
Does it look like the loyalty pods are doing all kinds of different work? It just looks like somebody was working on a jackhammer. Or are they all trying to solve the game?
Yeah.
Get to work.
Oh,
it's
shit.
real.
They get you in real life.
Those are explosives. IOI will not reimburse any lost coin if you zero out. Keep it moving.
Oh, and if you're working for IOI and you get deleted in the game, you lose all your money and you can never pay them back.
It's a level 99 magic artifact, not one of your drones, so it is activated by a magic spell.
Level 99. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, it reminds me of Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me exactly
Is
which
this?
rig she's in and the access code to contact her.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
That's not a Desert Eagle. What's that, an FN? HK?
Oh, you faked them out.
Good job, Z.
I was going to say, how'd they get in so easy?
No, he's the Oasis.
Oh, he's still in the Oasis. They tricked him by... Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, how'd they get in so easy?
We grabbed him in transit just as he was logging out of the Oasis.
Oh, nice.
He thinks he's back at his office.
Oh, what?
Okay, inside the panel, there's a lever. Grab it with your right hand and slide it to the left. That should release you.
All right.
Wait, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Where are you?
Where's Sorrento's office?
It's in the IOI war room, 2 levels above where you are now. But that's not the way out.
What's his password? Wait, answer me.
Okay, it's capital B 055 man 69.
Boss man 69.
Man 69. Of course it was.
This is real. You're tapping my feet.
Uh-oh. Guys.
Finale. They've hacked my rig. They're after the girl. Meet me at Loyalty.
I found my friend. And yes, I know it's kind of a groaner, but I found love.
Oh, yeah.
This colossal douchebag, Nolan Sorrento.
Back to work, people.
Cut it.
What's he putting on? Some
Putting on his gamer suit.
super suit?
Giant.
Get that thing fired up.
Holy shit.
We ask you to join us on Planet Doom. In the name of James Halliday himself, help us save the Oasis.
It's a hell of a speech, kid.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
All right, this is going to be fun, guys.
Oh.
It's the thing from Robocop. Walking.
Yeah, the Ed 209?
The second one. I think the second.
No.
All right, what do we have? We got the
is that the loader from Aliens?
No man is a failure who has friends.
I think that's what he wanted to hear right then. Just perfectly wrong timing.
The key!
Halo.
Spawn girl.
Yes, anything.
He's doing it.
We're not gonna take it. Come on.
Oh, Sonic. Chun-Li.
Saito! What are you getting into this fight?
See, something was up with him where they showed that shot.
Inventory's empty. Last clip for me.
More weapons!
Anti-personnel ordnance cannon!
Anti-personnel ordnance!
Yo, Z! Try this little guy!
Chucky!
Fucking Chucky!
Oh, he's taking out everybody. So is it Godzilla?
Godzilla, yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
Oh.
He's got something. Oh, Gundam. Yeah, turn into it. Sweet. Somebody in the comments said in one of the movies that we watched, when you thought it was Voltron, it was actually Gundam.
Oh, it was Gundam. Okay. Oh, the sword.
What is that? He's only got 30 seconds before changing back!
Oh, yeah. Remember earlier on they said 2 minutes to be any, like, mega? Yeah.
Yeah.
Abort! Abort! You got 10 seconds!
Oh, nice. Ooh, not good.
First to the end!
There we go.
Oh, he pulls the arms back.
Oh, down in the head.
Ooh. Ah.
Oh, right in the eye. Oh.
Oh, look at what she...
Yeah, she got the birthmark.
Oh, right in the eye.
What is it, though?
It's a grenade. Isn't
Oh,
it?
that's what I remember those things back in the day.
Oh, and there goes Godzilla
A
and
lot
your
of coins
character.
there.
The girl's in the war room.
Oh,
All right.
bridge.
Oh, it's the, what was that called, guys? Help me out.
Oh. Oh, from Terminator 2! Oh, come on! What?
And it's gonna cost them. What is that?
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Wiped them out.
Such a cool dynamic that corporate America can buy all the resources in the game, but they still have to play by the rules of the game. It's so, what a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
I will never let the future of the Oasis rest in your hands, Nolan Sorrento.
Well, that's fine. 3 easy steps. 1.
Wait, I thought you were bluffing. You know that, right? I've got 10 years worth of shit inside of me. I'm not going out like that. All right, that's a camper move. You don't even know how to activate an orb.
That's a camper move, he said. Oh, so he's... Oh!
Oh man, look at all the stuff he had.
10 years.
It's white, so it's gonna wipe out the whole game.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
As every
But
player.
doesn't everybody just
Start
go back to zero?
Yeah, they'll just go back to 0.
Get me out of this thing.
Now they can rebuild the game to what they wanted, I suppose, maybe.
Still alive.
A quarter for a replay.
Extra life.
I knew there was something with that quarter.
Well, he told him he wanted it.
Yeah.
Thanks, curator.
Hold on.
Maybe you should leave this to me, Nolan. Nolan. Nolan.
Out.
Oh, he's pissed. Wants to do it himself.
You took the dot back to the main screen, and that's when you found the first Easter egg ever put in a video game. The creator's name.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
What's going on, man? I can't see shit.
H, what the hell's going on?
Just practicing my Mario Kart. What do you think?
Or get a turtle shell out there. Oh, come on, get that thing in there.
It's like when you're
Oh my God.
Get the key in. How hard is it?
It's like when you're looking at darkened night and trying to get your key in the.
People at IOI are happy. They're all.
Well, yeah, because they're all they're all in this.
Yeah.
They were scholars. They knew everything about them. So they loved that someone actually did it.
Oh, he's a gangster in real life.
Somewhat, not as.
So is she.
Oh, there you go. The old fire extinguisher.
Get her. Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
nice.
She's out
of there.
This is the moment that Halliday made Morrow sign over his shares in Gregarious. That was the biggest mistake of his life. I won't make the same mistake you did.
I just needed to be sure.
Joust.
This is the button. If you push it, the whole simulation shuts down and a tapeworm program will erase all of the backup servers. So you now have the power to turn the Oasis off forever. You understand?
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, try not to accidentally erase the whole of the Oasis on your first day.
Why would you even have that button?
So now is the time for you to receive your prize because you won all 3 keys. Once you take this egg, the game will be over. The egg. Now that was when I realized that as terrifying and painful as reality can be, it's also the only place that you can get a decent meal. Because reality
Hey, there it is.
is real. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
He did it. He got the egg.
Hooray.
Hooray.
The people that were there slowed him down just enough. They bought him just
Well, look
enough
at
time.
it. He even cracked a little smile.
Yeah, why is he coming around?
Is Halliday really dead?
Yes. Goodbye, Parzival. Thanks for playing my game.
Wade?
Come on.
This is incredible. It's an honor to meet you, Og, but there's something I need to do first.
He's gonna kiss the girl.
I'm not like Halliday.
He's gonna
Take the leap.
I'm taking the leap.
Yeah!
Yeah! All right.
A little Mission Impossible.
He's out of here.
Uh-oh.
We need you to make a statement about the clip you sent in of Nolan Sereno's confession.
That was me. What? I record everything in my workshop.
Who are you guys?
The people you need right now. Lawyers from Gregarious Games. They want your signature, Wade.
I'm splitting it with my clan.
Probably hire a few attorneys of my own.
That's a good choice.
High five!
The high five. So $500 billion. Everybody gets 100 billion.
Listen to me very carefully.
You're the curator?
Well played, possible. Jim told me nothing about the contest. So there was no rule about me losing a bet to a smart kid. Not that you needed my help. You figured out that Kira was the key on your own.
Yeah, but Kira wasn't the key. It was you, Mr. Morrow. You were the rosebud. And Halliday's biggest regret was losing his only friend.
It wasn't the girl. It was his friend.
Mm-hmm.
The High Five took over the Oasis. And the first thing we did was sign Ogden Morrow to a non-exclusive consultancy. The salary, per his demand, was 25 cents. We closed the Oasis on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Make people get outside.
No, it sounds like a weird move, but people need to spend more time in the real world.
It's basically the same dress she was wearing in the club.
It does
Reality
look like it, yes.
Is the only thing that's real.
There you go. Ah, in classic Spielberg fashion, how he ends it.
Come on, this song. Come on.
It's how he does it.
Thought they hit you with the at the end with the Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I thought you would get it at the
guys,
end.
there it was. There was Ready Player One from 2018, and it didn't disappoint. It was a lot of fun when we first started going into it. Once I saw Steven Spielberg's name attached to it, I felt pretty confident that it was going to be pretty solid. And but I was a little nervous. I thought, okay, are they just going to play off nostalgia and Easter eggs and like, oh, there's that guy. We did a lot of that earlier on in the movie, and I'm like, but how good is the story going to really be? And it turned out to really deliver. A ton of messages in here that you can take out of it. Some of them felt like they beat you over the head with a shovel to get it through. But the interesting thing was that I wasn't sure about Artemis in the beginning. At first it seemed like maybe she's just using them to get what she wants. Is there something behind it? Is she a double agent? Is she working for IOI? But
I love the fact that you guys were thinking that, and I was like, little do they know, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but in the end, very, very good person, and just had the same goal, as everybody else, really, to try to be free. And I really liked how that they used IOI as almost like a way where, and I think Oak hit on it a little bit during the review, I don't know if it made the cut, but, very much into like, debt and commercialism and getting people sucked in so far working for IOI that you never get out. It's like the old, kind of the old story about like working in the gold mines or something like that. So you got to pay for your shovel and pay for your pick and pay for your bucket, but you end up and pay for your food, but you end up having to pay so much, you never make the money back. So you're always stuck. And that was the case with everybody that was at IOI. They were all pretty much stuck there and had no way out. And I like how he was able to free him. Of course, kind of a message, I guess, that, being in debt or owing something to somebody is probably not a good thing because it stops you from being able to go out and achieve what you want to, or being free, or however you want to take it. But I definitely felt that there was that message in here, and again, a ton of nostalgia. I mean, you could watch this movie, I think, with the sound off and just sit and watch for cameos or some of your favorite characters, some things you remember. I absolutely loved it that they had the last of the V8's Interceptor from Mad Max, my favorite movie car of all time. I know Oak gives me a hard time because he doesn't think it's that cool. It's not a Challenger or a Charger.
Of course I think it's cool.
Well,
it's not my favorite movie car.
It's not a DeLorean,
So that was my all-time favorite. I loved, all the little cameos you could pick up. Of course, being that it was a Spielberg, a lot of his stuff was in here. The Robert Zemeckis Cube, all the little Back to the Future music that we heard was just awesome. And it just a really fun trip. I think for anybody now, you would probably have to be, I think to really catch a good amount of it, you probably have to be like in your 30s, I would think.
At least.
Unless you're a big fan of movies and games and stuff of that era.
Which we are.
Which we all are and love it. But, I went back and tried to play a few games from the old Atari, and don't let the movie fool you. They're not as good as you remember. Let's just put it that way.
I've done the same.
You're like, I remember this being so awesome. And you're like, okay, I'm kind of done now.
Pitfall, I died again, just falling down the pit.
But either way, this movie was a lot of fun. Wade's character was awesome. A lot of relative unknowns in here, aside from Simon Pegg and T.J. Miller, and I thought they all did a really good job. I don't know if they were brothers or not, but the two kids who played like the
Otto and Show,
they played the Mortal Kombat type characters. They were great, and of course, I could go on and on about all the cameos, but this one was a lot of fun, and just one of those. And Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis and all those guys, they just have a way of they make a lot of very serious movies, but when they want to have a movie that's just fun, they do it as good as anybody. This was a lot of fun for me. A lot of nostalgia. I'm going to go 4 3/4 answers out of 5, or 4.75 on the Queen's metric system. Out of 5.
To me, for this, with having everything interlooped from Warner Brothers and everything, like we saw the whole list of every character courtesy of Nickelodeon, go on and on and on. So to me, it kind of reminded me of like a modern day Roger Rabbit, where they had all the cartoon characters intertwined, and Roger Rabbit. So this was another one where they just brought everything together. The one thing, and maybe if I try and rewatch it again, because this is probably like 7-8 times that I've seen it now. I gotta see. I'm surprised there's no cameo or Easter egg of Jaws. Spielberg's like most famous.
Yeah, maybe there was a poster or something.
Big, and it doesn't. And I didn't see Jaws. Correct me if I'm wrong in the credits and tell me where it is, because I have not seen it. Because obviously we saw the T-Rex, and we've seen a bunch of things.
Did we see E.T. either? I don't
know.
No.
I bet you like that might be in like the background or something, or in one of the places where he's walking around in the dance clubs or something.
Would be the Atari game.
Because we saw like Ryu and Chun-Li and Scorpion, and so we got to see Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter in the same game, in the same movie. No way. So for me, it's so much fun to look at that stuff. I thought it was great with how they got you fooled with thinking that Samantha was going to be possibly the bad guy. Yep. And it turns out that's the future Mrs. Parzival. If you know what I'm saying. And what it did too is, I'm sure Oak will touch on the lessons, but it told you, you don't always have to be in a game. You can always go to the real world, which is what I thought was great at the end. But the big thing was Mark Rylance, who was Halliday and Anorak, the all-knowing. He was phenomenal in this role. Like the way he played that, the kooky, very smartest guy, like in the world, where he is just, he's kind of little, out there type thing, which was perfect. He played it perfectly, and obviously, I got to give this. I'm giving it a 5. I don't care. I loved it, and they are making a second one because this was based on a novel, and they had a second novel, so they're just started early development, I believe, in Ready Player 2.
Well, with all the crossovers, it gives people who want a DC Marvel mashup a little bit of hope.
I would have never probably watched this movie. when it came out in 2018, and I think by then there was early talks of Meta, and they obviously they changed the name Meta, but some virtual universe where it's basically Sims and you put on the goggles and stuff and play, and it just seemed like video gamey to me, which is ironic because I had my Nintendo and my Sega and of course my Atari when I was young. Mason Quinn is right. This was like 15 years ago. I hooked up our old Atari. I'm like, big screen, old Atari. And I'm like, yeah. Some of the Nintendo games I still have fun with.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
But some of the Atari games. And my nephew just got a text message like a week ago. My sister had the old Atari, and my nephew hooked it up, and he's 14 and he was so excited. I got the Atari hooked up, and I didn't have the heart to tell him, like, bro, it ain't gonna be that fun. We were all kind of like, my two brothers
look so realistic.
We were like, oh, that's awesome, have fun. But like, we'll let him learn on his own. And he probably even won't want to say anything to us, like to hurt our feelings.
The greatest thing is the artwork on the cartridges. You're like, oh, this is going to look awesome. Yeah. And he plays like, locks.
They oversell by the cartridges.
They were awesome, that cartridge artwork.
But I would have never watched this movie. And I thought, this movie was absolutely incredible. If you know me, I love my 80s stuff. So just on nostalgia alone, this was incredible. And, but Mason Quinn brought up a good point. Like, you can't just judge a movie on nostalgia alone. And that's where this movie, I think, really holds up for me, is that it had a really good lesson, but a couple of good lessons. Now, I did mention it. I don't know if it's going to make the cut, but I feel like the debt and stuff like that, I feel like IOI is just kind of a representation of how the corporate world thinks about everybody. Like, and I don't look. I work hard, and I have a couple of jobs to try to have nice things for myself and my family. Look, I have a loan on my vehicle, so I don't want to get all preachy here, but I do very much believe we live in a society now where the big corporations, they don't care how in debt you are. They don't care what the quality of your life is. They don't care if you're working 60 hours a week to afford stuff you don't need, as Gary Vee says, to impress people you don't give a shit about. They just want you to buy. Go in debt? Cool. Add another 10 grand to your credit card limit. Yeah. And I think that was representative of that. Like, here's this big corporation that is, literally putting people in cubes to work off their debt. And if you screw up here, you're back at square one. And I feel like it's very representative of some of the things that we face in today's society, with corporations just pushing, buy this, buy that, buy that, buy this. Oh, if you want to be cool.
They want to put the ads in the game, remember?
Yeah, they want to put the ads. No, you can take up 85% of their viewing screen, and it's like, come on. And it's like, look, I get we have to have ads and stuff like that, and that's how certain companies make money and how companies market their products. But so I thought that was a good lesson. That end scene was interesting, in a really good way, and he was talking about how he just was never comfortable in the real world, and he found video games to be an escape. And I think it's like this interesting kind of like catch-22 that we look at in today's day and age. And first off, old people like on Facebook, and when I say old, I mean like over 40, are the biggest hypocrites in the world. I know people that I'm friends with that I can tell you sat around all goddamn day, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, playing Nintendo and Nintendo 64, and they'll get on their soapbox on Facebook. All these kids these days, all they do is play their video games. You hypocritical asshole. That's all you did. So first off, if you're over 40 or 50 watching this, just step back for a second, because look, did I get out and play? Yes. On sunny days, I got out and played. My parents kicked us out of the house. So it's not like I sat in my basement. But if it was a rainy day, guess what we did? Played video games.
No, it's Wisconsin. It's freezing 6 months out of the year.
Fighting over Nintendo and Sega. So, but I think the interesting part is that, in this game, and what we're seeing now with video games is, starting with The Sims and starting with, games 10, 15 years ago where you could create your own characters. And now it gives you an opportunity to be somebody else. And I think people who are pretty extroverted like us, and for people who are watching this that are extroverted, I think sometimes you take it for granted, like how hard it is for some people to just be comfortable to get out there and be themselves and to live in a world where you can just be somebody else. You can be who you want to be. You can look how you want to look, and you can go out and you can be a rock star. You can be a ninja. You can be this. I mean, that's
rock band.
It's an interesting getaway for people who, you know, maybe aren't that comfortable with themselves, or don't have the best self-esteem, or maybe they just don't have, you know, the best life in general. And I know that sounds kind of sad, but so I think video games are sometimes a fun getaway, and in a situation like this where you can create an avatar and be somebody completely different and meet other people, I think that's interesting. Of course, there's we're not going to ignore the flip side of that, which they did joke about in here. It could be some 300-pound person from Detroit, which they, like, not to get too whatever, they could have left the weight thing out, they didn't have to toss that in. I was like, but I get it, it's like the catfishing thing. But that's the dangerous side, right? Like, that's the dangerous side of being able to be anybody you can. I mean, there's you got kids, you could have some 43-year-old creepy dude like me trying to hit on whoever, I'm not creepy, but I'm saying somebody my age who is creepy. You get it. So there's dangers there, which they brought up here, which I'm glad they at least presented that. But it's also an opportunity to meet people from all over. I mean, I used to play Call of Duty.
We met all of them.
Yeah, everybody. I used to play Call of Duty, and there was like a group of guys that I'd never met. Yeah, it was like, oh, so and so's online. Hey, what's going on? And it was like, this felt like real friends. Like, I spent more time with them than I did. Leroy Jenkins. And so there's a lot to be said. And I think sometimes people get so down on like the video game world and stuff, but they're so quick to like forget. Like, you did a lot of that too. You just didn't have the technology to interact with people the way that they do now. That all being said, I really like that he brought up that it's good to live in the real world as well.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And I'm sure that was not
he
liked at first, like he said,
right. He's like, it wasn't liked at first, but it's good to live. It's good to live in the real world. One of the notes that I made is like, it's nice getting to be somebody else for a while, but appreciating who you are and working on being comfortable enough in your own skin to go out and interact and things like that. That is really important. For as great as video games can be, as fun as virtual reality can be, nothing is gonna replace the experience of that you're gonna have in the real world. And I don't care how cliche this is, but the sun on your face, the wind blowing in your hair, the smell of I don't know, freshly mowed lawn on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that's bad stuff right there.
Smell of teen spirit.
Nothing replaces that. And also, there's the look, and they show the couple at the end sitting in a chair, cuddling together. Nothing's going to replace that, and that's science. We're talking, and I'm sure video games release.
You could have a suit like he did and feeling everything.
Still not the same.
Look, the suit. Like, I didn't want to get too in detail with the suit. The suit lays. You know what? We're not going to go there. But technology.
Quinn has one on order.
Yeah, let's get one on order. But I like that they touched on that. I like that they touched on. Look, it's okay to do both. And
balance.
I think right now it's like people are like, oh, video games, and like get out and do stuff. Like, hey, you know what? If it's rainy and crappy outside and you want to sit around and play your video game, cool. If you have a nice afternoon, you can get out and go for a hike. That was one thing that I think really, look, the whole pandemic situation was really crappy, I think, for 99% of all, intents and purposes, but it got people outside.
Yeah.
I went hiking. I was hiking, like me and my buddies every weekend. We're like, oh, so for a place to hike, and I'm like seeing parts of the state I'd never seen before. So I'm not going to stay on the get outside soapbox too much, but I think it's more about just
stay tuned for more.
Interacting with people in real life is still very important, but you can do both, as Mason Quinn had kind of jumped in and said. It's about balance, and as somebody who's very, very extroverted, I have friends and there's people that I work with in the business. The number one most popular guy in the fitness industry right now, he's Chris Bumstead. I can tell you, some of you might follow him, some of you might not. He's an introverted individual. He likes staying at home. He He likes playing his video games. He's one of the greatest physique athletes of all time, and he's just kind of a quiet guy. And you know, he's very gifted physically. He's an incredibly hard worker and a great champion. And all those things put him in the spot where people expect him to be like. They expect him to be like, you know, Arnold or like this other guy.
I can only imagine how many controllers he has busted.
He's just like this like quiet, like super nice, like down to earth dude. So if you ever wondered about C-Bomb, yes, he is as cool like in real life as you'd hoped he would be. But you know, sometimes people who like I said, people who are extroverted, just like we don't really understand people who are introverted, and sometimes I think video games is a nice way to connect. So I know I'm beating that dead horse, but I really hate the way. Look, I get out and do stuff. Don't sit in front of your TV all day. But I do really hate the way people get on Facebook and are like, oh, these kids these days do video games. It's like, yeah, we played a lot too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like, what would you prefer? Would you prefer that kid just sitting in his room by himself, never interacting with anybody, never having any friends, never talking to anybody?
Yeah.
You know, say what you want about the video games, but maybe somebody who's not as comfortable going out, like, hey, I'm Mason Quinn, nice to meet you. You know, they can go online, play some games, meet people, have a community that way. I mean, I think whatever helps people with that is
and that's a really good point. Like, especially now with online, like when we were young and playing games, it's you staring at a screen, right? Yeah. That's what it was. It was you, if you're playing with somebody else, 2-player game, whatever. But now you can interact. But so I thought all that plot was brilliant. And I'm going to finish with saying that the finish of the movie, like, you thought it was about the girl the whole time.
Nope.
And it was really about he lost his best friend. Yeah. And I was like, you know, you thought it was regretting the girl. And that's what they thought the whole movie.
It's made us think, yeah.
And that's still a good story, because look, we all have that moment that we regret, like, you didn't take your shot. Shoot your shot. Be a gentleman about it, or be ladylike, or be a nice person in general. Don't say my lady unless you're somebody's into Shakespeare. In that case, do it. But shoot your shot. But man, what a cool way to end that. You know, it was about losing his friend. The guy was there the whole time. I mean, so a really awesome twist at the end. Like I said, I know we're running long with this review, but with movies like this, I mean, I thought this was like it's going to be like a nerdy video game, like movie. Yep. And it turned out to be such a fun ride from the nostalgia standpoints. It had a ton of substance. And with all that being said, I only have one. I
can't believe you're giving it a 1 after all that.
All that talk.
I really thought this, when I saw previews for this, I really thought this movie was going to be kind of a dud. Which is why in the intro I wasn't even like, I've seen bits and pieces. Yeah. I'm like, it's about video games and there's some sort of side.
I was actually surprised that you said they were having a sequel follow-up to it, because I didn't know if it even did that well, to be perfectly honest.
5 answers. This movie was incredible.
I think once he saw the DeLorean, he was like, this is fine.
You had me
that
at
opening
DeLorean.
music when they did Van Halen in the very beginning. I was like, all right,
we're gonna love this.
At DeLorean.
Bunch of old guys talking about video games. I'm sure they loved it.
Yeah, hey, I love video games. I have a PS5 right here in the studio. Might get used. Who knows? So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn, and I'm of course the answer. Good night, pals.